This is an image of the brain. The brain is really complex, but for now, we will focus on just two main areas of the brain: the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system. The prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain where higher-order thinking, communication, and problem-solving skills live. Most of the time, we want our brains to be operating from our prefrontal cortex, but occasionally, circumstances and events overwhelm, our stress levels spike, and our brains go offline, allowing the limbic system to take over. The limbic system is the part of our brain where behavioral and emotional responses live. It's the part of our brain when we are facing real or perceived danger. Our fight, flight, or freeze reflex kicks in. Since most of us are not confronting imminent danger on a routine basis, we really want to work to keep our brains online with the prefrontal cortex in charge. Self-regulation is what helps us do that. Self-regulation is the ability to control our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in pursuit of a goal. And it's incredibly important to the learning process. You see, at any given time, we have a set capacity of self-regulation juice in our reservoir. As we go throughout the day, all of the demands on our thinking, our attention, and our stress levels drain the reservoir. If we are experiencing ongoing anxiety, maybe from chronic fatigue, stress at home, or at school, this too can drain our self-regulation as we worry throughout the day. If our reservoir becomes too depleted, we run the risk of having our brains go offline and having our limbic systems take over. The good news is that we can replenish our self-regulation. If we are mentally fatigued, we can take a brain break and go for a walk. If we are stressed, we can connect with a good friend. We can also build our capacity for self-regulation over time. 3 of the best ways for us to do that are to have at least one strong, supportive relationship, to engage regularly in physical activity, and we can be taught strategies that help us develop our self-regulation. Students with learning and attention challenges, the population we serve at Pesky Learning Center, have self-regulation reservoirs that are less full. This means that our students with attention deficit disorder have difficulty maintaining focus, inhibiting inappropriate impulses, and connecting actions with consequences. Students with learning and attention challenges can be less efficient in their use of self-regulation. For example, a student with dyslexia will use far more attentional resources to decode a text that for a more fluent reader would be far less demanding. All too often, students with learning and attention challenges face ongoing stress and anxiety from being put in school situations where they feel less competent, less supported, and less understood. At Pesky Learning Center, we help all students become more independent, self-regulated learners. Our self-regulated learner framework helps students become connected, self-aware, self-determined, strategic, and resilient. Check out our video, Self-Regulation, a 5-component framework in which we explain these components and their relationship to learning in more detail.